Hello, it's Leah. Welcome to Houston. It is the 12th of April and I got in yesterday afternoon at about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So the train from Chicago was running, it departed on time, everything was going fine, and then not too far out of Longview, we had a delay. We had to pull over and wait for a freight train to go past, and then had to wait some more for a different freight train to come past. I don't know, it must be, I don't know how they figure out where they do the waiting and whatnot. So the Texas Eagle is, I would say it feels like it's more of a commuter train. So if you think about the California Zephyr is like an experience train, like because of the landscape, because you're going through Utah, seeing all them big rocks, and then you go to Denver and you see the Rockies. It's an experience one. It has an observation deck, it has a full dinner cart, and then it still has like a lounge cart and everything for the coach area, but it has a separate area for like sleepers, so that you can go and have your dinner or whatever meal it is. This one is a bit different because you can get the food to your room, although you know what, you can probably request to have food in your room on the other one too, but it doesn't seem to have, like, it has a diner cart, but it's for both. It doesn't seem to be very big, and I think it services both coach and sleeper. So yeah, I don't know how many people can go in at a time, but it feels like it's more of a commuter train, whereas the Zephyr is more of an experience one. Like, everyone that I talked to was like, oh, I've just always wanted to do a nice train ride, and this seemed like it was like a bucket list item. And I heard bucket list used multiple times, not necessarily the Zephyr specifically as a bucket list, but a nice overnight train ride. And that was that. But I didn't feel like, to be honest, I ate my meal in my room both times, even though I could go to the dining cart, because I just felt like, I didn't get that vibe from this one. I didn't get that vibe that this was like, everyone's going to sit at the table and have wonderful conversations about, you know, what brings us here. So a little bit of me thinks I should have got the Zephyr back to San Francisco and just gone back through the Rockies. I get off at Longview, and even though we're running late, there is a bus that connects from Longview to Houston, because the train doesn't come into Houston. Hello, I'm on the bus now. It's about, I think, almost 10 o'clock. So the train doesn't go all the way from Chicago to Houston. It goes to Longview, and then you depart there if you want to go to Houston and get a connecting three-way bus, which Amtrak run. So they don't run it, and then because it is specifically for that route or route, depending on where you're from, if you get, like, our train was delayed by about an hour, so the bus is waiting for you because it's specifically for this route. Anyway, so we're supposed to leave at 8:40 and get in about 1:15. So now, given that it's like 5 to 10 now, I don't know what time we're going to get in. Anyway, it's a nice bus, it's clean, it's not very full. Yeah, it was, I mean, you know, you're still getting scenery, you still don't have to worry about driving or navigation or anything like that, right? Literally just sit there and do whatever you want. But we still got in only about 5 minutes after, or 5 to 10 minutes after the scheduled time. So I don't know how they work that out, but maybe there's other stops on the way, or maybe the stops are longer so that you can have a bit of a, look, honestly, I have no idea. I don't know how it works. I did sleep a bit more on this ride. I did not try the shower because I was due to get off at 8:32 or something, and other people were already using the shower from like 7 or 7:30. So because I get a roomette and not a room, the shower it's a communal shower, so you know, it's first in, best dressed. So I was like, I don't know if I really got time to have a shower before I'm then due to get off, and if I don't know, we're going to have that 40-minute wait 45-minute wait while other trains overtook us. And probably would have gone for a shower because then I had time just to see if it was a good shower or not. But anyway, get into Houston, just relax a bit, do some editing on a video, do some personal admin, go to Shake Shack to try that. That's one of the ones that's on my was on my list actually the last time I came to try. I hadn't tried it yet. That was pretty nice. The service in there was good too. This morning I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, so I think I'll go for a little bit of a walk around downtown because that's where I'm staying, and see what I find, see what I stumble across. I see that I'm not that far from City Hall, maybe about a kilometre. Obviously that's fine. So I go, but I also see there's a Whataburger along the way. Now I wanted to try the Whataburger because that's a Texas chain of obviously burgers. Look, and if you're worried that I'm eating a lot of burgers while I'm away, I'm not eating a heap of burgers. If anything, I'm eating too many chicken tenders. I'm not, but I'm just trying a few burgers of things, or rehabbing a burger I've had before that I know is really good. So I've had tried the Shake Shack, couldn't find a Whataburger, walked around the block that it appeared to be on multiple times, could not find it. What other chain ones did I have? I don't know. And I had a couple of burgers at bars, but it hasn't really been that many burgers. Anyway, couldn't find it, and I thought, you've gone past Sweet Green a few times. This is a sign. You should absolutely go in there and eat. So that's what I did. I had their hot honey mustard chicken bowl, which was like quinoa, cabbage, slaw, chicken, obviously, sweet potato. Look, obviously it's more vegetable rich and less fatty than a burger, but like I said, you shouldn't worry. I haven't been eating just burgers. Also, I don't know if other people do this too, but I feel like you don't always eat, like you don't eat 3 times a day when you're on holiday. I mean, sometimes you eat 5 times a day, but most of the time, like I feel like I'll probably eat like twice a day, do accidental intermittent fasting, because maybe I'll get up and I'll have a shake, and then because I'm doing stuff or whatever, I won't eat again till dinner time, or I wake up and I won't eat anything until, lunch, and maybe I'll have lunch late though still, so it's like 1 or 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, and then have more like a snack dinner. I don't know if other people do that or not. Like if there's things that I want to try, I'll try them. Like I wanted to have a deep dish pizza, so obviously I had to get up and get going so I could try that. But otherwise I'm like, meh, you'll find something to eat eventually, it's fine. Anyway, so the point is, I go to Sweet Green, I eat vegetables. At this point, I've already seen some really nice art on the buildings, right? So the butterfly, the wolf, and Little Red Riding Hood. Another one, I forgot what it was. I think it was like a hand, like a mech hand. And then after I've sat there for a while, just watch the world go by, then I go to City Hall and have a look there. Now, there's something going on, some type of parade. I don't know what for. I think it was for alternate cars. I tried to read the banner, but it was upside down on the ground. So I don't know what that was for. Also, it seemed like that lake, that little pond thing was fully drained. So I don't know what that normally looks like when it's filled. But I wanted to look at the building because then I saw things around. I thought, oh, that looks very nice. That must be Tranquility Park. That must be anyway. So I see a bit of it, but obviously because there's this tents and everything up around, I don't see what it looks like normally. Also, there seems to be a reasonable number of potentially homeless or rough sleepers in that park area. So I want to be mindful of photographing and filming people who are just trying to go about their business, living their life without being too intrusive. So anyway, I don't take heaps of photos because, like I said, I don't want to be like in someone's face or make them feel uncomfortable or self-conscious. And then you kind of zoom around though to try to get the panorama, because Houston has an interesting skyline. It has some interesting shaped buildings, so they're interesting to look at in shape, in material, and the way that they, like that skyline interacts with each other. I think it's an interesting skyline. Pittsburgh is probably still my favourite, but I've never been to Seattle. I think the Space Needle might shift them over a little bit, I reckon. But it's interesting because the buildings are interesting. Some of them are kind of have a more heritage look. Some look very modern. Yeah. Anyway, it's a nice stroll for me, really. I'm just walking around randomly trying to find the things, seeing what I can find. Anyway, it was a nice walk. Good to get some sunshine. Just good to get out, really, basically. Force myself out, look at things, eat a vegetable before I went to the game. And that's where I went afterwards. You can watch that in another video, but that's the game. It was a baseball game. That's who I went to watch, the Astros. Anyway, tomorrow I think I'm going to go to the Space Museum, because on Sunday I think I might be going to another game. Monday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I might try the hop on hop off bus that Houston have, but it's not really hop on or hop off. You just hop on. Well, it's a hop on, because you hop on, you stay on, you do the lap, and then you hop off. That's the end of it. There seems to be a bit of back and forth on the reviews around whether or not it is hop on hop off on weekends, but it seems like they're going to do 3 circuits anyway, so if you hop off, you better hope there's still 2 more circuits to go. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'll be my very last day away. So anyway, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about that. All right, I'll see you in a few. What will be a day for me and will be merely seconds for you. Hello. Do you know I only have after tonight two more sleeps. Maybe 1 more sleep. Well, I guess tonight it's 2 more sleeps. So tomorrow is my last full day in America, and then so it has been dead quiet in the hallway, and then a person or dog just made a sound in the hallway. Anyway, and then Monday is my last day, but my plane leaves at 10 o'clock or something at night, so I've still got practically a full day. But anyway, today I went to the Space Center, the Houston Space Center, and I went today because still think I'm going to the baseball tomorrow, but also because it's quite a way out, I wasn't sure how easy it would be to get an Uber back, and I didn't want to risk it on Monday to be making my way out there and then anxiously waiting for an Uber or a taxi to come back. I mean, when I say it's a ways out, it's probably it's about half an hour at least, I reckon, from where I am. And so I didn't want to risk, I think you already know this, I'm an overthinker and an overworrier, so if there's a chance that, I'm not going to be at the airport 400 hours before my plane departs, that's obviously going to be a problem for me. So I'd have to come back, pick up my bags, obviously, and go to the airport. I have no idea where the airport is, having never been to Houston, or I think it's George Washington. I think it's a W. Yeah. Anyway, so went to the Space Center today. Because it isn't super easy to get to, I wasn't sure if I was going to go, and then I thought, of course you're going to go. It's space, you want to go, but also I'm very tired. I'm trying to still approach things with the right attitude of well, you'll be home in a few days and you'll be able to rest on the weekend, and then you'll really regret not taking the opportunity to do things while you're here, once you're not here. but I'm tired, right? I'm worn out. Like last night I had a good sleep. Actually, the bed in this hotel was so good. I had a good sleep. It was very solid, but it wasn't long enough. I didn't get to sleep till after 3. Then I woke up around 8 or 8:30. So it was a solid sleep. It just wasn't long enough. Yeah, and so, you know, I'm kind of getting towards the end of my run, to be real. I didn't realise it was going to be, there was going to be as much outside time as there was. I also, look, I expected it to be busy, but I didn't expect it to be as congested at points as what it was. Like, you know, I didn't realise that I was going to be standing in line for ages with a person standing up my ass. And to be fair, I was standing up someone else's ass, so, you know, cyclical. But it wasn't super hot today, but it was hot enough if you were an idiot and decided to wear jeans. Guess who's an idiot anyway. So it was not the best experience for part of that, because I was hot. I was just hot, right? Yeah, so that picture there, right? There's the plane and then the shuttle on the top, and you walk up like a couple of flights of stairs and go into the plane, and you look in that, and then you come out, and then you go up, and then you can look in the shuttle, the mid deck of the shuttle, and then you can go up again and see the top deck, or the flight deck. Top deck, it's not chocolate. Anyway, so I'm just waiting in this line to snake up the stairs, and then you get into the plane and you just snake through the plane, right? It's interesting because, like, this bit, yeah, you know, the idea that they were like, well, we just need to strip some weight, so we just get rid of anything not essential, so anything aesthetic can go, and really just functional needs to stay. And it's good to see that, right? Because you're seeing the difference between I guess a ideal design and a practical outcome. It's good to see it, but it just felt like the line just kind of shuffled along. I don't know if people were reading the banners and stuff. I read a little bit of some of them, and to see it, I think, well, this is something that helps launch another thing, like, into space. Like, how crazy is that? And so, like, it's big, but it doesn't really feel like it's big enough in a sense, because I didn't see, like, you see that when you first get there, or I saw that where I was dropped off. You see that before you get into the centre, and then I went on the tram ride to the rocket shed, and that rocket is enormous. That's like the Apollo rockets. And get this little tram, which looks like, you know, I mean, it looks like those trains that you see in zoos, right? Where there's just like, there's a little mini caboose, and then, you know, the little carts that have got the seats in it. Anyway, it's bigger than that though, because it's like 5 seats across, so it's bigger than that. But anyway, I think she said that it was the most powerful rocket until the current phase of rocket that they use. So you know, you drive past a shed, and then, you know, you don't get a sense of it, right? Because it's not revealed until you go in the shed, and that's because they're trying to protect it from the humidity. But it's also good from an experience point of view, because you see like those 2 rockets before you get in, and then you see this thing, and it's massive, and you see how it's broken down into several components, and it is just like, it's so big anyway. And then you like, when you go to that other one, it seems crazy how small the shuttle is to go on a little trip into space. It's like, yeah, but it's still space, right? It's still space. I don't know. I think if I came back to Houston, I would go there again. I think I was not really feeling it today. I wasn't really feeling people today, which is funny because, you know, spending a lot of time obviously on my own and not talking, except to you. Aren't you lucky? But then just being around people I was like, ugh, these people are so annoying. Then it was just very particular people at times were really annoying me, and they probably wouldn't at almost like 95 times out of 100. I probably would barely notice them, but you know, I just wasn't feeling it. So I don't know. I think I went because I felt like you have to go, rather than being like, oh, I can't wait to go, and that's me then, right? That's not the place, that's me, that's my attitude as I approach it. But that's not to say I didn't like it. It was very interesting, and like I said, seeing the scale of some of those things, it was incredible. Like, it was like really mind-boggling, really, to think about how, you know, some of them started these tiny scale models, and then, you know, they prove the theory, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's very interesting, like the way that people are capable of just thinking like that. That's, you know, and the real problem solving and the Aussie approach. It's very impressive. It is a very massive space though. It's huge. When I did interpretation studies at uni, they talked about how I think there's 3 types of people, right? The walk by, the casual read, these aren't the actual names, but let's just go with it, and then the read everything, right? So there's that person who just kind of breezes through, oh, that's interesting, the person who stops at a few things and is like, oh yeah, that's pretty good, or I'll read this bit but not those next 3 bits, and then they read everything. Obviously, guess what, they read everything. I usually sit between the read everything and and then, you know, the casual reader. But today I was definitely between the just walker and the casual reader. I read little bits of things like this. I mean, I don't blame him. If I had seen the moon from space, I would have cried too. I mean, you think about that, right? It's accumulation of all of your work to date, everything you've done, everything you've dreamed, and then to be in this really tiny number of people that actually go to space. It would be overwhelming. It would be emotionally overwhelming, because you've wanted a thing and worked towards a thing for so long, and then when it happens, how do you process it when it happens? Oh, some people like myself cry. Anyway, I thought it was nice to have included that there. It's nice to see the personal side. You know what I mean? Like, I did see a little dinosaur that someone took into space. Well, that was very cute. If you have even a passing interest in space, I would recommend going. I would not do what I did and go on a Saturday or a Sunday. I would go on a weekday. And look, to be fair, the website even says that. Try to come on a day when it's less busy. Try to come earlier in the day. Guess who didn't do that? Me. That's right. Me. But I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was a worth a visit for sure. Even if I didn't start off in a great headspace, it was still worth it, and I would go back. I just think as well it'd be nice to go with someone. Also, 100%, I would not wear jeans. By the time I left, I was like Ross in leather pants. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, I gotta get these pants off. Anyway, I'm wearing pajama pants now. But yeah, it was good. Hello. You can actually see how big. It's funny when it's like this, you can't really see that this hat is too big. But when it's backwards, you can see that it is too big. It doesn't fit exactly right. I'm a noodle. But anyway, I know they're not supposed to be worn backwards. I like to wear them backwards sometimes. Anyway, so today I went to the second Astros game, and then afterwards I met up with my cousin you don't know this, I have cousins that live in Houston. So I met up with one of my cousins, his fiance, and one of my other cousins' wife, because that cousin is currently out of state working. So we met up at a beer garden to have a drink, obviously, and then we just started randomly talking about like the driving range, and I was like, oh, how I'd always wanted to go to Top Golf. I didn't know they had a Top Golf here. Anyway, they do. So I went. I did preface this by telling them that even though I do like to go to the driving range, also if you don't know this, about probably a year ago, no, probably longer than that, 18 months ago, I started taking some golf lessons. Now, I haven't been to the range though in like over 6 months, probably way over 6 months, I reckon. And I haven't had all of the golf lessons that I need to have. I've only had lessons using an iron. I haven't even had lessons using a driver yet. Anyway, so I haven't been to the range for a while, but I don't care. I just want to go to Top Golf, right? Because I don't know. Look, if you don't know what Top Golf is, it's like a driving range, but like crazy, right? Because it has a bar in it, has table service, and has like all these fluoro lights. It's very well, like it's entertainment and a driving range in one. I think that's probably how you would describe it. And if you look up Top Golf Reels or TikTok or whatever, you will see that like people like fall from one floor to the one underneath, which is like, sir, you need to ease up. If you're swinging so much that you're actually turning around and then falling off the edge, first of all, you're swinging too close to the edge. Secondly, like that's you're doing it wrong. You're doing it very wrong. But anyway, it's like it seems like the Wild West, and I didn't know that, like I said, that they had one in Houston. So I was very excited to get to go to one, which is what I did. And when we were there, we because I guess you can just do normal range activities. I don't know. Look, I actually have no idea whether people treat it like a normal driving range or whether they just treat it as like an entertainment driving range, because I didn't see anybody walking in with their own clubs. And when you go to a normal range, people have their own clubs because, that's what you do when you go to the range. You take your own clubs. I mean, you can also always hire them, but probably, in my experience, 90 to 95% of people have their own clubs. Anyway, it was very exciting, and we played Bejeweled, which is you get 5 balls, and the balls come out in a different colour, and then there's a grid set on the range, and then you have to try to hit your ball into the right spot to change the colour of the square, make a pattern, blah blah blah, like you do in Bejeweled. Anyway, we played that, and I did not do well. And then we played another game. Oh, this one was like, gosh, what was this one called? It was like Block Party or something like that, and we played this one because it was pretty much, the description was hit anywhere, score every time. So we're like, look, this is what we need, that everybody will score at some point, regardless of how well or not they hit. So we played that one. I won. And then we played Angry Birds, which is a game where they set up what is like, I never played Angry Birds, but where they set up a tower on the range, and then you figure out where the tower is, like, because it's a virtual one, it's like augmented reality. You figure out where it is, and then you like try to hit the ball to knock down the tower. Anyway, I did not win that one, but it was just really fun. It was very fun, and I'm very glad I went, because I've never been in. Oh my gosh, there's hair. This one curl, get out of here. It just looks like so much fun. Anyway, is what I thought, and it is a lot of fun. Look, like a lot of these things, it probably depends on who you go with. If you go with a dud, you probably won't have a great time. If you go with people who want to have a laugh, who don't take it too seriously, who have differing skill levels, then you'll probably enjoy it. Or if you're someone like me, who has fun wherever they go, because I am fun, then you'll have a good time. Now, when I was leaving, I was like, oh, I need to buy a thing. Of course, I need to buy a thing. I haven't bought anything today. So I got a hat. Yeah, that's right. I got another hat. This one is a trucker hat, but it's a Topgolf trucker hat. I got it because I just thought it would look, to be honest with you, they were also on special. I did like the look of the front of this hat, the vintage look of it, and that it was pink. But in truth, I actually hate trucker hats. They're my least favourite type of hat. They are the lowest rank of all the hats as far as I'm concerned. But, I don't know. This hat seemed cool. And so I got it. Also because it was a memento of a good time I had with family. So, yeah. And then after that we went out and got pizza at a bar, at a dive bar. Oh no, wait, this one wasn't described as a dive bar. It was another one that I was looking at. The description on Google actually says dive bar, which I think is so fun. Anyway, I had a good time. I had a couple of beers, not a lot. I played at Topgolf. I bought a hat. I ate pizza, and I spent time with people, hanging out and talking and laughing. And I realised how much I missed that, having spent about a month mostly on my own. Obviously, have interactions with people, but you know, back in Fight Club, where he talks about how when you're on a plane, everything is a single serving, you know, like it's a single serving this, and this. And even people are single serving, right? Because you just have an interaction with them at the moment and then you don't speak to them again. And that's obviously what I've had for the last few weeks, obviously. Like I've FaceTimed my mum a couple of times. I FaceTimed my sister once. But that's it, really. It's just been me, my overthinking brain, and random single-use strangers. So it was nice to spend an extended amount of time with family, which was very good. Also, I haven't seen my cousin in years, like over 20 years, so that was really fun. And I was like a little teensy bit worried before I went. Not super worried, just a little tiny bit, but it was very comfortable very quickly, and that was very nice. Anyway, so tomorrow I have to pack up this disaster zone that's happening here. This is what greeted me when I got back from the game, because I kind of forgot before I left this morning that I half unpacked all my stuff so that I could start repacking. And obviously I did not finish that because I thought I might wear my white sneakers to the game, and they need to go in the kind of the bottom layer of my suitcase once I finish, because I'm not wearing them home. But, oh gosh, I think it's not as bad because I won't have to be as strategic in my packing because I've got the second bag, but there's still a significant amount of stuff that needs to go in there. So, and then probably going to go to my cousin's bar to see him during the day, because literally I have hours, like it's a whole day. My plane doesn't leave till like 10 o'clock. I think I can check out of here at 11. I don't know how long. Look, it's not going to take hours to pack all this up. It's just going to take time, and to be honest, I just don't really feel like doing it. But also I'm ready to go home. So I mean, also realistically I absolutely have to pack it up. There's no other way around it. I can't even just sweep everything into the bag because that won't work. But anyway, if I do a thing tomorrow, I will check in. But I think what I probably will do is pack up everything here, try a little place of breakfast just this way, which does biscuits and gravy. And I've had biscuits a couple of times since I've been here, and they're so good. They're a lot like a scone, but more savoury. So I'd like to have a biscuit and gravy because I want to. And then I'll probably go to where my cousin works and spend some time there doing stuff. I don't know what. And then, honestly, I don't know what. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a gallery or something that I could go to, but I don't know if I want to be completely honest. I know that's so terrible. I know. But also, I'm done, right? I'm at capacity of things for the minute. Anyway, so maybe you'll get an update tomorrow at the airport. We'll see. Alright, and if not, love you, miss you, bye. It's my last day in Texas. Well, it was my last day in Texas, obviously. I'm home now, so it can remove all mystery. I made it home. I don't have to, I'm not leaving until 10 o'clock at night, so I've got quite a lot of day to still go. So I go downstairs, stow my bags, get a coffee, think about what I'm going to do, decide to go to Finn Hall, which is just up the road and is I'm going to call it a food court, even though I would say it's an elevated food court. And they have a barbecue place there, a bar, a cocktail bar, a noodle place, and a soul food place, I think. I go to the place that has biscuits and gravy because that's what I would like. That's what I want. That's what I'm thinking I feel like. So I go there, get this biscuits and gravy and fried chicken, which also comes with eggs. And when I get it, it comes with breakfast potatoes too, which I was not expecting. I already thought it was a lot adding in the eggs to the chicken, but anyway, it's pretty full on. And it is like a mountain of, let's say, brunch at this point. So I start that. The chicken is great. The potatoes are amazing, actually. Do not finish it. Way too much going on there. And then I start to look for chocolate because I need chocolate to bring home to people as part of my gifts. And also I just know that people like to try different, they just like to try lollies and chocolates from other places, right? So I'm trying to find, I go to the first place, they don't have Hershey Kisses. I was like, it's fine, I'll go try the other place. And I think they also don't have Hershey Kisses. So I'm trying to find alternate things that I can use. By the way, I'm not only getting those, but I know one person that absolutely wants those. They did have Hershey's cookies, I just wasn't looking in the right spot, so that was on me. So I get this bag of chocolate, an absolute bag of chocolate. I thought you might want to see some of the chocolates I got. So, and I'm showing you them now because I actually have to start giving these to people. And some is missing because I did already give some out. These almond Hershey Kisses, which my friend Boo loves, which I do not. These little Haribo peaches, which I got for some little children I know to try. Also, I got them some Milky Ways. These are different from Australian Milky Ways. They look like they have caramel in them too, which, as you know, our Milky Ways do not. Also, they're bigger. Our Milky Ways are like this big, I think. They're heavy too, actually. This big Reese's cup, which is has potato chips in it, which I thought was funny, and I thought my peanut butter loving friend might enjoy these. I hope she does anyway. This Baby Ruth bar, which is a bit, some of these got a bit of it, they had a bit of a rough travel. Yeah, so this Three Musketeers bar, which got the roughest treatment in the bag. I don't know what this is. I think this actually might be like what our Milky Ways are, because I have no idea. And these Butterfingers, I got 2 of these because these are like peanut butter flavored, and peanut butter is the best. So I know that some people will like these, and also this Fruity Pebbles candy bar. I got some of these with some particular people in mind. Like I have a particular person in mind for this. I know that she likes that Fruity Pebbles cereal, so I hope she likes this chocolate bar. And like the peaches and stuff. But other ones I got, I was like, I'll just see who wants to try a bit of American candy. Alright, candy. Then I get a ride to a bar in University, West University. What is it called? You know what? If I remember, I'll write it here or here. And go there anyway. That's where my cousin works. Because really, like, I'm at this point now where I'm just like, I just want an easy day. I'm tired. I've had a long month. Haven't slept great for a lot of it. And I'm just, I just want a relaxing day. I don't want to just be running around and do things because I feel like I should do them. So I go there, have a couple of beers. Michelob beers, actually, which he teaches me how to pronounce, because when we went to Topgolf, actually, I was like, oh, I think I'll get this beer, just pointed at it, and he goes to me the Michelob, and I was like, oh, is that how you say it? And he's like, yeah, and it's like, this makes sense now, because when I ordered one on the train, I asked for a Michelob, and the woman looked at me like I had two heads, and she's like, the Ultra, and I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, to be fair, it's only like 3 or 4 beers to choose from, and I'm half pointing at it, but anyway, that's me with my Michelob. Anyway, so I just stay there for a bit. This bar, anyway, is the home of Texas tea, and they look they'll put hairs on your chest, that's for sure. Anyway, I stayed there for a while. Then, because I'm not sure about traffic, and I know I've got to go back to the hotel, pick up my bags, and then get another lift from there to the airport. So I leave there with what I think is enough time, and it is, because, yeah, I get to the airport pretty early. I would do a bit more of a wrap up maybe tomorrow. My throat is killing me, so maybe tomorrow I'll do a bit more of a wrap up and lessons learned. God, I'm so fucking institutionalised. Anyway, I'll see you then.